This is rolling, right? I was wondering what that is. What is it? You're drinking milk and there's some sort of... There's a straw doing something
It's
to
milk,
it.
one of his chocolate milkshake straws. You know his chocolate milkshake straws?
What, as in it becomes chocolate milkshake through the straw?
Yeah.
Wait, it's just milk to
It's just
begin
milk
with?
in there.
And then you drink through the straw and it becomes...
it becomes chocolate milkshake.
Where'd you get that from? I've never heard of that before. Have you come across that before?
Yeah, my childhood. They're never quite as good as you imagine, but...
Is it quite chocolatey? Or...
No, not really. It's quite...
It doesn't... That's what I mean. It doesn't seem like there's much in there to make it that chocolatey.
No, but this is the original.
Oh,
It
right.
dissolves.
So you're just going to put a refill in there because you still got half a beaker of milk.
Yeah, exactly.
But my brother gave me some topics to talk about. Oh, we're in check. Good check away. You could talk about Den storming out the house at Norton Bridge and coming back 10 minutes later. That's quite a funny story. So Norton Bridge is just...
I'm already intrigued because it's dead.
We moved about a lot when I was a kid. Within the same town. It's not like going to different schools. But when my mum and dad split up, we went from like owning a house to renting. And then we were always having to like move every 6 months or so when the landlord was selling or they got fed up of us or something. I think they made a book.
Also.
Looking back, I don't know why that was a thing because we live in rented accommodation now.
Yeah, every
And
6 months or so it does seem...
maybe a couple of times it was like a year, but it was
Maybe
like
there's all
always
those
the
dogs
landlords.
shitting on the floor and wiping a little
Well,
shitty eyes.
we always had dogs when we weren't supposed to. Like,
It could be that.
so maybe they
Someone
found
might
out.
have
But then why
grasped.
wouldn't they just say? They never said. They sometimes like they said, "Oh, we're playing that." Maybe it's just easier to when the contract ends to not.
Are you sure you were just not... Were you aware of that for sure?
What do you mean?
Or was the reason maybe just kept from you because you were a kid?
Maybe, but I was a slightly older kid in terms of this is like between 11 and 16. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah. Remember we had a big dog called Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
I
After Frank?
loved it. I don't know if he was or not. He was a Springer Spaniel.
Yeah.
I bit the... He almost killed one of my friends once. I didn't have friends come over that much or like...
Yeah. I knew you can't have a dog trying to kill him.
Well, no, like...
I know you can't have Dan White putting his shitty ass on the floor.
No, did you have that where like... You didn't
What
want
are
to...
you going to say? Probably
You
not.
didn't really want to merge your home and school life. I felt like if I was going to go
'cause
out,
I felt
I
like
wanted
was
to
a
go.
separate.
I wanted to go to their house. I didn't want to. Also, I feel like I'd get taken the piss out of for having friends, even though my brothers had friends.
Yeah, I know.
They'd be like, "Oh, Eric's little mate. Oh, Eric's mate's round. Eric's mate." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd find it proper. It'd make me stressed out, and I'd feel anxious about it. So I'd normally try to organise something either at their house or meet somewhere else or something. But anyway, this kid knocked on the door because I think we were going swimming or something. I can't even swim, man. But we were like young, we were like 10 or something, and it would have been less embarrassing for me to have armbands or whatever.
Yeah.
He knocks on. My dog was Springer Spaniel, very protective. I open the door, that dog comes out and just mauls the shit out of him, like proper.
Jesus Christ.
I have it in my mouth. He's going, ah, like the kids. He's
Yeah,
like,
screaming.
he's going,
Well,
help me. And then we
dog
eventually get the
mauled
dog off him, and I think he has to go to hospital.
Oh, like properly serious.
Yeah, I'm
more
pretty sure. Maybe just to like being checked over, but like I think he was bit quite a few times, and then I think his uncle wanted to get our dog put down, but then I just don't think he followed through with the admin of it because nothing ever happened after that.
Yeah. Did you remain friends with that kid?
Yeah, a little bit, but not.
You weren't as close.
No,
He didn't want to come round
we
again.
were. Well, we were. He was a bit of a weird kid. He was. He was quite hateable in some ways, looking back. And
Yeah.
maybe he deserved that dog more.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I guess you won't get the football reference, but like Vinnie Jones, just
Yeah.
like the hard man in our team when it was only like 12-year-olds playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a kid punched him once and the kid broke his own. I'm pretty sure the kid dislocated his own knuckles or
That
some
is
shit.
pretty
punching
hard,
him.
man.
Yeah.
Getting punched and dislocating a kid's knuckles.
But you know, there's some stories about him and
Yeah. Shout out to Vinny.
Finney.
Vinny.
Oh, Vinnie Jones, yeah. We had that dog and then a couple of Shih Tzus, and then when we moved to one house...
You got a better zoo.
When we moved to the rented house, Mum was like, oh, we got to get rid of the big dog.
Yeah.
And then...
They can't have all the kids.
I came home from school one day and she said, oh, it's ran away.
Yeah.
I believed that at the time, but now looking back, I don't know if she just said it ran away.
Yeah, she kicked it to death.
And, well, maybe just gave it away or something. But I hope she wasn't lying, because we did go out looking for it. And if she knew that it just like...
That is sly.
Yeah.
That is sly.
Like, a long,
She's
like...
yeah, go look.
I don't know if she encouraged
Go
to
look up the M1.
Yeah. And I think I probably left the door open if it did run away. So I left the door open a couple of times for dogs dying. I think we talked about that
for
before.
that very specific purpose is why you did it.
No, well, I think I've done it at least once where I've left the door open and the dogs run out and got run over.
Yeah.
That was one of the Shih Tzus. But anyway, we ended up, after several of our moves, in this council cottage almost, but it was very small. And it was right off the back of it, like literally the back garden was a railway line.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible little place. I didn't like that era, really. But we had, I think the story George is referring to,
He
or
should
Big
get
G.
on a train.
It actually wasn't though. That's the thing. It didn't have a station. It like used to be a station, or there used to be a station right there, but it was just the train line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't even get the train into town and have to walk or cycle. I think it was definitely
Or
bad
Voi.
for my lungs. Or Voi. No, there wasn't Voi. It's a lot of build-up, but I think Den just got mad one Christmas. I can't remember why. He's like, fuck it, I'm leaving. Walks away, realises it's quite a long walk into town. And then 10 minutes later, he's back.
So that means he walked for 5 minutes one way and was like...
He wanted a longer... It was about an hour walk into town. And it's like, the only place he could possibly go is to town. And I'm pretty sure it was Christmas Day, so what was he going to do? Nothing would have been open. He was a big fan of the Storm Out.
Did he say anything when he come back, or did he just sort of skulk back in?
No, skulk back in. He was a fan of the skulking. He was a big fan of the Storm Out, actually.
Was he always storming out?
Well, I hope he don't watch the podcast, because it's just, I'm throwing him under the bus that didn't come from Norton Bridge. Because after that, we moved back into town, but it was in a...
He walked all the way to Norton Bridge.
No, we lived in a flat then, and it was like 2 bedrooms, but 4 of us. And he, his room was the living room, the sofa. And often, if he was in a mood there, he would storm out into the bathroom, because that was the only place. If there's an argument, like, or if he was having
storm to the bathroom.
or he was having an argument with him, because he can't storm to his room because we're all in there. That's like, we're all watching Coronation Street, so he'd storm out to the bathroom.
Why wouldn't he just leave the flat? Why did he go? I'm going to go and have a shit.
Yeah.
How long would he stay in the bathroom for?
And you'd hear him whispering to himself in the bathroom as well, which I found quite awkward. He could be in there for half an hour.
What, and then he just skulked back
He
in?
probably did, combine it with the shit as well.
Yeah.
He's always got one locked and loaded. Of course, we went to Spoons yesterday. It was very controversial.
Yeah. Tell him why.
Well, I guess it's probably the drama of it more unfolds from your POV.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you arrive, and what are you expecting to see?
So I was at
there?
work, and you two knew I was at work.
Worked quite a hard job as well, didn't you? Like
Yeah, worked quite hard.
9-hour shift, was it, something?
Yeah, it was a long
So you've
day.
done a 9-hour shift.
And also, by the way, I was called in early. I was meant to start at 2, and I got asked to go in at 11. So it was,
it's an unexpectedly long day.
I was woken from my slumber.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, it's okay. I'm going to the pub, and I'm going to have a meal with the boys.
Me and Arnold.
We're going to sit down and have a meal together. Now, they know I'm not...
Ronnie, for the viewers, sorry, we call him on the show.
You know I'm not finishing till 8. I'm not going to be there till 8.
Yeah.
That has been discussed prior definitely
I
has.
do know that, but for some reason I think I thought 7:30, and I don't know why I thought that.
Well, I did message earlier in the group saying I'll finish. I'll be out by 7:30, but I obviously had to travel there. So you two go.
Yeah.
We'll meet at the pub at 7. Fine, not a problem. Now I'm expecting.
Ronnie gave it the 7. To be fair,
yeah, that's fine. I don't mind you meeting early. I'm expecting.
Ronnie shifted it earlier, and you know what happens when you get into a pub and there's food available.
No, I'm expecting I get there, we all order food and we have a meal together. I get there's 2 empty plates.
I'm quite full.
2 empty plates in front of me. I'm honestly, I was livid
We've
about
eaten
it.
before he's got there is the main issue.
Yeah. And the reason it annoyed me, because if it was like, if we agreed to meet at 7, all of us meet at 7, and I was running 5 minutes late, fair enough, order without me.
Yeah.
Order without me. You know I'm not coming till that time. I think it's disrespectful for both of you to have eaten without me.
Oh, no, I agree.
It's huge disrespect.
Part of the reason, though,
Huge.
was I thought you didn't care about social etiquette.
Well, you're wrong there.
Yeah.
And there was another
I
excuse
thought
you
that'd be
gave as
really-
well, weren't there?
I thought that'd be really something that didn't bother you. I thought there'd be a wait. Was that my other excuse?
No, your other excuse was...
And I was hungry.
Your other excuse was you only wanted 1 drink and you got a drink with a meal.
Yeah.
Tell them how many drinks you had.
2, but that was much, much later.
You added a second drink.
I would have ended up having 3 drinks.
I don't know if you would. We might have just gone after we'd all eaten together.
That was part of the reason. I was like, I don't know if I want 2 beers tonight.
Then you didn't have to have a beer, did you? You could have just ordered an apple juice.
No, but
You could've just waited.
2 drinks because you
You
get...
didn't have to order a drink at all. You could have just waited.
half an hour there speaking to Ronnie without being inebriated.
Well, then
in
you
some sense.
shouldn't have agreed to meeting at 7.
I think that was the mistake, meeting there half an hour early, because as soon as I was hungry, do you know what I mean? As soon as
And
I
then
get
Ronnie
there,
started ordering
I wanna
dessert,
order.
and I don't want to eat pudding by myself, so I ordered dessert as well. And the woman brings it over, and I've got a panini in my mouth that I've not even finished. And she goes, "Is it chocolate brownie with ice cream?"
Well, we made up for it
And
by
I'm
getting
going,
desserts, didn't we?
Oh, that is me, but I've got a panini still rammed in my
'Cause we
throat,
wouldn't
so I
have-
look like
we
a
wou-
right big fat heifer.
We wouldn't have had desserts otherwise, I don't think. If we didn't, at least we're all
Well, I
eating the
wouldn't have had
dessert.
dessert otherwise.
Yeah,
You
so
hadn't
we're
had
all, eating
desserts?
we're all eating dessert together. That's 800 calories. I had a chocolate fudge brownie or whatever it's called.
That didn't make up for it as far as I'm
With ice
concerned.
cream, 800 calories that I put into my system. My system's got to work that off because I'm being polite.
You didn't have to order anything. In fact, you didn't order dessert until after we'd ordered
Yeah.
and started eating.
You know what it is? Because I think
You rat.
I should have put myself in your shoes instead of my shoes.
Yeah.
I was putting myself in my shoes in your situation, though. Or I should have put yourself in your shoes in your situation. Because I was like, if I was eating later, I'd be like, fucking mint, I'm eating these are, I'm having my fun now. These haven't got food anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's almost worse to eat first, because then you're jealous when someone's like, oh, he's got his fucking meal, man. He's
Yeah, but
loving
not
his
if
little
you're
chips, man. He's
not
loving.
hungry or whatever.
No, I couldn't. I'm a fat fuck, man. I could always have another beer. I could bang till the cows come home.
Yeah, but you were just giving it all. Oh, I was full. I was stuffed. I couldn't eat anymore. So which one
Yeah.
is it? Make up your mind.
Both those contradictory things. But we had a good night at the end.
What a
That's
guy.
a right night of dramas. I struggled to open my ketchups.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that, man, where you start eating the chips and then your hands are too greasy to open those ketchup sachets?
Well, what
I had to go
do
wash
is-
my hands, open them all first.
Well, I just open them and put ketchup. I mean, you have about 7 of those sachets anyway. The
Because you
amount
get
of
no ketchup in them.
the amount of ketchup you have is ridiculous.
get, like-
well, I think your problem is.
You get like a teaspoon of ketchup.
Let me tell you.
If you're going to measure
your
it in
problem
teaspoons.
is you put so much ketchup. You put way more ketchup than you ever need on food. Even with bottles, you do that. Because whenever you finish a meal, there's ketchup left on the plate. There is at least 2 sachets worth. So you don't need as many as you have, and you know that.
Yeah,
and if you were a bit more hunter-gatherer mindset with it, you wouldn't have as many sachets as you do. You don't need that many sachets.
Wait, wouldn't a hunter-gatherer get more than they need?
No, a hunter-gatherer gets as much as they need.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you just get a little bit more, though?
No, because it goes off.
Yeah, but not like crazy amount more. Like,
No, they don't do that.
they don't want less.
But you do have a crazy amount more.
It's debatable.
It's not. I'm going to start taking pictures of your food every time you had ketchup on it and how much ketchup's left. There was ketchup on the table. There was a sachet worth on the table.
That's because...
And on the other the ketchup
That's because
that you left for me. There was ketchup all over.
Because when I went to wash my hands, because I couldn't open the sachets, I thought I'll open all the sachets at once now. And then squeeze them on as and when.
Squeeze them on the table.
Squeeze them on as and when, but then some leaked out onto the table from a couple
Okay,
of
so first of all, why would you
thought I'd
squeeze,
squeeze
why would you
them on
squeeze
as and
them on as and when you've already opened them all?
Because I might not need them all.
Yeah, but you've already opened it, so you might as well put it on your plate. Because it's not like they're going to go, oh, I'll just seal that back up and reuse it. You might as well put it on your plate. Also, why are you eating your chips before you put ketchup on? To get your hands greasy in the first place.
Because I put like one sachet on, dipped a couple. You get like 2 dips for these fucking sachets.
You don't. You get way more. I use one sachet for my whole chips.
And then I was like, I need more ketchup now.
But you know that going in. You know you're never going to use just one sachet. Because I've seen you when you go grab the sachets, you come back with a handful.
I came with 7, I think. 7 or 8 sachets, yeah. Because you got to put a couple on your burger and then you need about fucking 5 to have enough for your chips.
The amount of ketchup he has is unreasonable.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not supplying the ketchup in this flat anymore. Because I get about 1 squeeze out of it on my food.
No.
And then it's gone the day after.
No, there's a very important reason I'm going to disagree with this.
Because you've had a burger.
Very disagree. Very, very important reason I'm going to disagree.
Very disagree.
The reason I disagree with this point, although it is a good point, that when I have a meal that requires some ketchup on it, I'll have quite a lot of ketchup. I have meals that you have ketchup with less frequently than you have meals that you have ketchup with, I think.
Yeah, but I still think you still use more ketchup than me. I think, okay, so that big fuck off bottle of ketchup we've got in there, you're saying I have meals that require ketchup more frequently than you. And yet I think I've used less of that bottle than you.
Well, how can we measure that?
I don't think I've used that much of that bottle. Because I don't use that much when I have things with ketchup on. I don't use that much ketchup. And you use a lot. And you know you use a lot.
Put in the cup 1 sachet for a whole spoon's meal. That's ridiculous. No one does 1 sachet.
Okay, first of all, I did 1 sachet.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's why I'm saying.
Your point of one does 1 sachet doesn't hold up is what I'm saying. But I'm saying you just said no one does 1 sachet.
No, except for Joe. No, like it's kind of like colloquial. Like, no one does that, man. Like you have particularly little amount of ketchup.
Well, that's because there was no more ketchup left apart from what was left on the table in front of you.
Because there were loads of. I went and got sachets, man.
Of course you did, but I'm not an animal like you.
You could have got up and got more sachets.
I would say 2.
Those sachets were for us for when we were dining earlier than you.
I'd say maybe 2.
2.
Also, you don't grab sachets for anyone else when you go, oh.
I did grab sachets for Arnold as well.
Fair play.
I brought mayo. I brought back mayo sachets. I don't even have mayo.
I guess it's been a while, but I've been in situations where you need sachets where you've not offered, when you've gone up and you've come back with 8 sachets of ketchup, and it's like, oh, they're for the table, Eric. No, just for me. I reckon like 90% of what's going through your veins is ketchup. That's why you can't donate blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
See you next time. See you next time, Bab.
41.